Alright, so far it's actually pretty gross how strong our military units are and how much damage they're doing, but I'm absolutely not complaining about the superiority of the Mongol horde. I think Mongolia may have the strongest combination of buffs that you can give to various units. It's pretty intimidating if I'm honest. It's a little bit crazy. Because, I mean, I've gone up against Mongolia versus the AI before, but they didn't manipulate the benefits that well. The one time I did fight against Mongolia in an early battle, it was pretty much they were right next to my empire and they attacked me before they even sent a trade route, so they didn't get any of the special benefits that we are taking advantage of right now. So it wasn't nearly as terrifying as it could have been. But the stuff that we're doing, it's dirty as hell. Now, our archers are taking the brunt of the punishment. The AI is looking like they're prioritizing the weaker units first, which not necessarily a bad thing for us, in the sense that it's keeping our horsemen nice and healthy so they can assault the cities. So this time, I am going to properly capture this builder. Boom. I'm going to try and capture as many things as I possibly can using the superior mobility that the horsemen possess. I'm also going to plunder as many trade routes as possible to gain as much gold as I can during the battle. Unfortunately, there's a civic called raiding, which comes at military training that we don't have yet, so I guess I'll start it, but I'm probably not going to be able to take advantage of it during this fighting. I probably should have research the construction technology. That I don't think I've ever triggered the boost for games and recreation because I never prioritize the construction technology. Ever. Which is weird. Maybe I should. Let's try it out. Let's try and get that boost going. Yes. Yeah, alright. Yeah, it's probably not going to work, but I'm going to try it anyway. I'll see if I can do it. Alright, now, Poland does have horsemen as well, but we're seeing just, it doesn't compare in the slightest to what we can do. Ours are 47 combat strength. Hers are 43, but we are -3 for damage. We go up to 50 when we're at maximum. So I'll go ahead and give myself the promotion that'll top us off in health and set us up for success when we continue our assault. Alright, and while we're at it, I think it's time for us to start building Petra. 14 turns, decent. With a few chops from this builder, that'll get it cut down to basically nothing. Because Magnus has been installed. So let's go ahead and purchase. It's going to drop our gold down pretty low, but it's totally worth it. Alright, now she's churning out a lot of military units, which is making this a bit more difficult to manage. She's even going to kill my heavy chariot, I believe. Nope, it's going to survive, but it's going to die in the next turn, guaranteed. But this is definitely getting a bit more tricky. We're going to have to hurry up and move our main forces to the front, where they can, not the city, but to the front lines where they can start doing some work. And our archer got killed. Very unfortunate. Why does she have so much shit? I feel like she built half of this stuff in the last turn, and it came out of nowhere. And we didn't even get a golden age. What the hell is going on? Why are we losing all of a sudden? Why are we losing all of a sudden? This doesn't feel right. This totally doesn't feel. This doesn't feel right at all. Actually, it feels like something's wrong right now. Okay, ignoring for the moment that I'm mildly annoyed that it feels like Poland spawned hundreds of military units in a fraction of a turn. I think we've still got this pretty much in the bag, but it's going to take a little bit more work for us to actually succeed, which is not necessarily ideal. So here's what we're gonna try to do and try to manipulate. If we can take over this first city and keep it under our control by putting a general in there, then maybe, just maybe, we'll come out of this fight okay. But if we end up losing that city because of loyalty, then we're actually going to be shit out of luck probably. If they convert to a free city and then back to Poland, there's really nothing we can do to properly defend ourselves in that situation. Ooh! And we totally just captured one of our horsemen because of the unique stupid camera, because of another one of the unique benefits of the Mongolian Empire. So that was a bit unexpected, but I'm definitely not complaining about it. And this archer is going to have to retreat into my territory because I don't want to lose another one, especially one with a promotion. And we did just make another horseman to bolster our forces a little bit. And we have a barbarian swordsman running around in our territory that I can do nothing against because I don't have swords of my own. So I'm just going to let him do what he does best, and that's pillage my horses and destroy whatever he wants to destroy. He can take my wife, take my kids. It ain't my problem right now. And the Petra dream, it's going to come true in 11 turns. Hopefully that will get shaved down even more as we continue to chop down trees. I think we can take the city on this turn too, so that's another good thing that's going to come right now. So let's see what the loyalty looks like at the end of this. Boom, we got another builder out of that, which is... Did we get another builder? I feel like I was supposed to, but I don't think I did. Something fishy's going on with the builders. That's odd. Surprisingly, the loyalty went straight to me. So I guess there's just too much of a concentration of my own cities or something? That's legit. That's pretty legit. I like that. So I guess we'll repair the monument and the water wheel, but we're still gonna place Victor in the city just in case.
The 4 building blocks of the universe are fire, water, gravel, and vinyl.
Yeah, she's actually spawning way more military units than I can deal with right now, which is causing me a significant amount of grief. The biggest struggle that I'm having is keeping up with the AI's superior production, which falls in line with what we were talking about earlier today. The AI may not make the most intelligent decisions, but they've got the numbers to back them up. Or better yet, they've got the numbers to cheat like fucking... I'm not going to get twisted over this. So we're going to have to work extra hard to succeed because of those superior numbers that the AI is boasting. And it's going to be tough. Yep, the barbarians already pillaged the horses. We've got to get a stronger military unit up there to do something about that because it's just super annoying right now. But overall, I think okay, so I was definitely getting a little bit tilted, a lot tilted at the start of the war when Poland was just magically creating units out of thin air. But at this point, I think we've pretty much stabilize the conflict because we are producing more horseman units on the front, so we shouldn't lose too much more in this conflict. Once we get our units healed up, we can make another push forward, and that should... Oh, we lost another one. Scratch that. But still, we're gonna start making a push forward in a big way pretty soon, and I think it's all gonna be okay. Because at the very least, the bright side to this is that I'm pretty sure we've only lost heavy chariots, which were the weakest unit in my military force to start off with. So if those are the only casualties I'm taking, I really can't complain about that. That's not even that bad. You know what I'm saying? Because yeah, that's just like, those are the sacrificial lambs. They're supposed to die. So screw them. Let's build a commercial hub because our finances are a little bit desperate right now. And Petra is 4 turns away from completing. That is as low as we're going to get it, and that's pretty good, especially considering we weren't using any policies specific to wonder production, which may have been a misplay or a decision on my part. You'll never know the truth. Or maybe you will. We can call it a misplay. I'll be honest. It was a huge misplay. I regret everything. Ooh, snap. We captured another cavalry unit that's probably going to get instant destroyed because it got captured with only a few hit points remaining. But that benefit is truly amazing, and that's another thing that I didn't take advantage of when I was playing in my first attempt with them against the Zulus. And you know what? Sure, I'll build a siege tower out of the city that I captured. The siege towers, I think, might be well, I don't think they're underrated, but they're very powerful, and I personally don't use them as much as I should. So we'll get that up and running. A siege tower plus battering ram, that's the dirtiest thing you can do in Civilization, because you're dealing bonus damage to the walls, and your units are directly attacking the city with every attack they make. So it's very gross how much damage you can output like that. And I think we're going to lose this horseman, but that was the one that we captured anyway, so I mean, I guess it doesn't matter all that much, but it's still a bit annoying. So I guess one thing that I'll take note of with Gilgamesh, with Genghis Khan, is that the capture mechanic, while it is very powerful, I think it works best if you're winning. And right now, we are winning, but we don't have a huge advantage. Like the AI still has a bunch of ranged attacks that they can use to take down whatever horses we do manage to capture, which essentially nullifies the benefit. But with that said, we can one-shot archers, so it doesn't even matter if we capture stuff or not, because bodies are dropping out here. Oh, he survived with a single pixel of health. Oh, she's got crossbows. So yeah, this is where our buddy Genghis Khan gets a little bit hairy, is if you go for this early war before he gets his unique unit via the stirrups technology, then if the AI, or whoever you're fighting for that matter, out-techs you, then you're going to be in for a little bit of trouble. But I think we should still be alright, because our melee strength far outweighs the crossbowmen, so we're overall in a good spot with that. But our archers will get absolutely destroyed if we bring them in, so we're going to just have to keep them back until we get the crossbow technology for ourselves. I think a worthy question for this stage of the game is, how well do you think I have manipulated Genghis Khan overall? Do you think my production speed was pretty good? Do you think my overall manipulation of the mechanics was solid, or is there still a lot more that I need to learn about this Civ in particular? Because overall, I will say that I've done much better than I did the last time with him, in the sense that I didn't make nearly as many dumb mistakes or misplays. But I do fully realize that there's always going to be stuff that I can do better with different civs, and you know, this is only my second time playing him, so there's plenty more nuance with his kit that I have yet to master. But I think I've got the basics down of how this guy is supposed to work. I think that's what I'll say about him, and also acknowledge that there's more to learn with him. But yeah, you know, what stuff do you think that I did well, and where can I improve with the Horseman King Genghis Khan? Yeah, I know one thing that I should do right now, you know, to think of what I can do better in the moment, is taking down these city walls so I don't get hit with any more foolish district strikes. And with those eliminated, we've saved ourselves from a world of hurt. This builder is making the maneuvering of our great general a little bit awkward. I'm trying to keep all of our horses kept within it so they don't die. Thankfully, this guy can pillage the tile because of his 6 movements, because he'd die on this turn to a crossbow shot if he didn't. And you know what? We're going to go in there and start chopping this crossbowman to pieces. On that same note, I think the hardest part about gaming in general is acknowledging where you can still improve, because I read the For Honor forums and Reddits and whatnot all the time, and if you're a forum goer, you've probably already noticed stuff like this too, where people will complain about certain things, and it's things where you know the solution to it, right? So they'll say, such and such a leader is super overpowered and is really annoying, blah blah blah. And it's definitely an agreeable thing. Like the most annoying civilization, in my opinion, is probably Montezuma, because essentially as soon as you gain a luxury resource, he gets pissed at you. And it's like, come on, dude, I'm trying to play the game here. I can't give you my one copy of a luxury resource, right? So he's just kind of a frustrating leader to deal with. But you can counteract that by trading him your luxury. So there are ways around the shenanigans that he tries to pull on you. Petra's done.
Petra is a brilliant display of man's artistry in turning barren rock into majestic wonder.
It's absolutely beautiful. Look at all these desert tiles. It's actually not the greatest Petra city ever, but it's probably better than what the AI would have done with it, so I'm happy. Another possibly annoying civ, but one that's easy to exploit, is Gilgamesh, because he's got a pretty powerful early war capability, but if you send him a friend request, he accepts it instantly, without question. And that's basically how you counter Gilgamesh. You just send him a friend request, and he's like, yeah, man, let's do it up. We best buds for life now. And that saves a whole bunch of grief. But sometimes there are people where you'll tell them the solution, and still their answer to that is, oh my god, it's so unfair. But even if I do X, I still get caught off guard with Y. And sometimes it feels like people don't comprehend the fact that, yes, there's always going to be some kind of difficulty in achieving victory or playing against a certain character. The whole point is that there should be strengths and weaknesses. So, yeah, it's difficult. Man, it's tough. All right, now this time, now that we're winning in a big way, we don't have any ranged attacks to worry about from the city. The fact that we captured this horseman is just a net gain for us. I don't imagine there's anything that can be done to stop that. So I think we just got away with something pretty dirty. So now that we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 horsemen in our army, it should be a piece of cake to finish off the rest of Poland. Granted, this city is pretty powerful. We still got it in the bag. Oh man, it feels like I've been waiting around for hours and hours, but we finally have our unique unit, and man, does it look cool. It's got 40 range strength and 30 melee strength, so it's a very well-rounded unit with 2 attack range as well, so it can compete pretty decently with crossbowmen, and it'll absolutely decimate archers. If you manage to get these before your opponent has swordsmen, it can deal with them too. I imagine this won't have any trouble with pikemen because it can get that free shot from range and compete decently well in melee strength as well. So what we're going to do now to finish off the Polish people, we're going to march our unique units over to their territory. Now, unfortunately, all of the medieval great generals got claimed, so I'm not going to get any combat strength bonuses. Wait a minute, am I lying? I am lying about that. I have Hannibal Barca. I forgot he did classical and medieval era, but I didn't get any medieval/industrial great generals, so my military strength is definitely going to start falling off as soon as this era comes to a close. But my oh my, we're 77 turns in and our empire spawns a massive chunk of the map, so I think we've done very well for ourselves, to say the least about it. I'm very, very happy with the way Mongolia plays when you manipulate his abilities correctly. Honestly, it feels unfair. It really feels like it's unfair, but legit, I'm not complaining about it because it's so awesome to feel like I have a combat edge over the AI. It's totally common for me to feel like I have a strategic advantage over the AI, but to feel like my combat strength is on par with them consistently without having a technological advantage, it's such a strange thing, but it's something I could definitely get used to. these guys are definitely getting bumped up to one of my favorite civilizations, and you know, maybe definitely top 5, I would say, right up there with, I guess if I had to choose, my favorite is probably Gorgo, just because I like her Acropolis building and I like going for the tourism victory condition, and that makes it a little bit easier to get those great rider points early on and possibly beat out the AIs to them. I do enjoy unique buildings quite a bit. Or unique districts, I should say. And yeah, overall, man, the hype is real with these guys. It's pretty insane what they can do, and we're gonna see it a little bit more with the Keshik pretty soon. I did build the Terracotta Army Wonder, so that's pretty nice. I got a promotion for all of my units at the time. Unfortunately, none of the Keshiks were around to gain any benefit from that, but it's still okay. We did a great job regardless. Nice. Alright, now it's time for us to take our first shot with the Keshik and see how it holds up against a pikeman. Got that 40 range strength, taking out a nice chunk of his health. And from the safety of range, it's a pretty nice shot there. So I think it would be... I don't think you could make a full force of Keshiks and expect to take over cities and entire empires, but the support that they could provide from their ranged attacks is definitely second to none. I'll say that much about them. But that was without the great general benefits and only having +6 intel on opponents' movements. Our range strength is 49 compared to the 50 melee strength that the pikeman has. So that overall, I think that's pretty solid, all things considered. Well, folks, it was a good ride for Poland. Scratch that, no it wasn't. They got absolutely destroyed. But this is where they come to an end. We've got all of our light cavalry in position, all of our ranged cavalry in position as well. It's time for us to blast down the wall. And fun fact about the siege tower, this is probably a bug that's never going to get fixed, and even if it is a bug, it shouldn't get fixed. With a siege tower next to the city walls, our Keshiks will deal damage to the city even while the walls are still up. So we've got a unit that can pew down the outer defenses and the inner defenses at the same time, with superior mobility to any other ranged unit in the game for the particular era, which is the crossbowmen. So yeah, it's kind of crazy. Overall, I think we played this the right way. We made a couple of mistakes here and there. Our heavy cavalry got decimated, so we didn't get any knights on the battlefield. So that's a bit unfortunate. I probably could have rushed for stirrups instead of taking this more roundabout route and getting the light cavalry in a pretty big numbers. But in the end, things worked out pretty well because Poland wound up being a bit of a pushover. I think maybe if I was going against Scythia or a Civ geared more towards warmongering, it might have been tricky. But the thing with Scythia versus Mongolia is it's a quality versus quantity thing. My horsemen are always going to be stronger than hers. She's just going to have more numbers. So in that regard, I think Mongolia would come out on top, especially if played by a competent player like myself, because of the fact that you can outmaneuver her units and just have overall better placement than she would with her hordes of Scythian horse archers. Poland has been completely eliminated. So that is a domination victory for you. And she was next to a world wonder with her capital. This game is ridiculous. So that was amazing. We completely conquered an enemy civilization by turn 82. Our empire is too ridiculously big to count, but I'm gonna do it anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 cities by turn 82. There is literally no way we could lose in any way. Essentially, what my plan would be for this victory would be to build campuses and industrial zones in every city, have about 500 science per turn by turn 200, or maybe even before that, and just fly to Mars and nuke the rest of the planet. I mean, hell, I could go on a Keshik rampage right now, and there's not a damn thing anyone could do to stop me. That's really how confident I feel. Granted, Robert the Bruce is a tech significantly above me in tech, and he's probably going to get his Highlander unique unit pretty soon, and that would be a bit difficult to deal with because they've got very high range strength. That's just the Ranger. I think the Highlander has even more range strength and some unique bonuses that would make it difficult to deal with. But we do have a great general, a pretty hefty cavalry, and I would probably wait around before attacking him until having cavalry of my own, proper cavalry, so I could just run in and slice the hell out of him, and I'd get a great general for Renaissance and Industrial era, so it really wouldn't be a problem. There's no way this game is a loss. So with all of that said, we are bringing our time with Genghis Khan to a close. I hope you all enjoyed watching me learn the ins and outs of this civilization, because I definitely learned playing through it myself. There's going to be more Civilization on the channel in the future. We've got plenty more stuff to do with Robert the Bruce in my marathon campaign, and I'm going to try my hand at a new civilization next week. As always, the name of the game, it's Civilization VI. The name of the channel is iBluairJgR. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.